What's up, guys? My name's Jeff Aulick, and I'm a guitar player in Nashville, Tennessee. And today we're going to continue our study, episode 2 of studying the CAGED system for guitar, obviously, because I have a guitar right here. So yeah, we're going to start out with our octave shapes. Everything is going to be based around octave shapes. We're going to build from there, right? So we have our C shape. Alright, so we have our C shape, right? We have our A shape, G, E, and D. It spells caged, right? Okay, so in our C shape, we have our ring finger on one of the C's and our pointer finger on the other C. Now, I'm going to mute everything else with my other fingers, right? My D string is muted by my ring finger laying across it, but I'm not pushing it down, I'm just touching it, right? G string is muted by my first finger just touching it. C's ringing out. The high E string is muted, and the low E string is muted by both my ring finger and my thumb. Now that's just helpful for muting, and you'll use muting, left hand muting and right hand muting all the time. So just kind of get used to that feeling, right? But that's our C shape, and that is movable, right? That octave. Now I'm just sliding that up a whole step, so 2 frets, and another whole step, right? Bit musical with the slides in there and stuff. So that is our C shape octaves, right? Let's go to the A shape octaves. Now we have an A chord, but we don't really want to use that. We're going to stay in C, right? We're going to choose a key of the day. Hopefully you did your C exercise or whatever key. We'll change the key in a minute just to make sure we get this all down. So our C and our A shapes are going to touch, right? So replace your ring finger with your pointer finger, right? And then put your ring finger 2 frets higher and 2 strings down, and that's the octave shape, right? So I'm on the 3rd fret and the 5th fret. You can use your pinky if you want. Pinky's probably easier. And a lot of people are going to be familiar with this shape, especially like if you play punk rock or any sort of rock. It's going to be all over the place in that. So same thing, I'm sliding up 2 frets, sliding up 2 frets. Right? Now, these are our A shape octaves, right? We're going to spell caged, right? So next we're going to go to the G shape octaves. Now you're going to put your first finger where your pinky is. Oops. And then your pinky up on the 8th fret. So there's going to be 2 frets in between your fingers. Right? This shape gets used all the time in jazz, especially. Or whatever, I don't know. I don't play jazz. Whatever. So yeah, slide up 2 frets. Now, incidentally, I guess, this also shares a 3rd octave, a low one. You're probably not going to play all 3 of those at the same time, but just be aware that that's there. There's 3 of them. Now, switch to our E shape octaves, right? This was our G shape. Our E shape octaves, put your first finger on the 8th fret where your ring finger is. Right? Pinky goes 2 frets higher and 2 strings down. So I'm on the 8th fret and the 10th fret. This is almost the same as this one over here. So it's on the 8th fret. Gonna be useful in a lot of like pop punk and punk rock and stuff. Also, be aware though that this has a 3rd octave as well. So the G shape shares these 2 octaves with the E shape, right? Oops. Except they're kind of hard to play at the same time. But be able to play this octave shape and the next up, the octave shape. Right? Hopefully we're cool there. And our last octave shape is going to be, so you have your E right here. You're going to put your finger, first finger where your ring finger was. Put your pinky 2 frets higher and 2 strings. Oops. Now I'm muting everything, right? Keep muting all the other strings. Let's slide up. Yeah. And then it repeats, right? That was our D shape. So that's going to repeat back to our C shape. So our first finger is going to go where our pinky was, and our ring finger on the A string. And these are all of our C's on the fretboard. So let's change the key, right? I like to do things in multiple keys so that I can get the pattern under my head, under my hands, and in my head. Not under my head. That's weird. I said that in the last video. Weird. Anyways, so let's change the key. Let's go to F, right? Everybody hates playing an F chord when they first start out. So we have our low E string. If we go up a half step, it's an F, right? Now, we're not starting out with the C shape. We got to start out with our E shape because that's what's under my hand, right? I have an F right here. I have an F on the 3rd fret of the D string, and then I have an F on the 2nd or on the 1st fret. Right? So let's play the same little riff. Right? And then play the higher octave. Now some of these octaves runs aren't going to be like super useful in a musical context, and that's okay. Just get it under your hands and it'll start to make sense as we go along. Okay? So here we go. This is our E shape, right? Which means next up in the list is D because it spells C-A-G-E-D. Right? Caged. So, put your first finger where your ring finger is, put your pinky up 2 frets and up 2 strings. That's our D shape. And then when we get to the end of our D, it starts over with the C shape again. So our first finger goes to where the pinky is, ring finger on the A string. So I'm on the A string and the B string. This is our C shape. Right? Then we have the A shape. Put your first finger where your ring finger is. So on the A string. And then put your... Let's play with our pinky. Pinky is up 2 strings and 2 frets higher. And it's on the G string. This is that punk rock shape. Then we have our G shape. And we're only going to play 2 of the 3 octaves of our G shape. So we'll put our first finger up on where our pinky is. So on the G string. Pinky goes up on the high E string. Up 2 strings and up 3 frets. So 2 frets in between. Sorry if that's confusing. But because of the tuning of the guitar, the distance changes once you cross the G string. Okay, so we're on an F, we're on the G shape, F chord, G shape, F on the 10th fret G string, F on the 13th fret high E string, and that's going to be more like useful in your jazz. I don't play jazz, so whatever. That's that. That's going to be our G shape. Now we have this low G as well. You can play an octave. That one's not as easy to play. But be aware that you have that same octave there. Okay, next shape. First finger goes to this low E string, 13th fret, 15th fret with our, let's do it with our pinky. So 13th fret and 15th fret on the D string, 13th fret on the E string. Bam! That's our octave shapes. Next, we'll go through probably pentatonic or arpeggios or the chord shapes themselves. Actually, let's do the chord shapes. We'll go through the chord shapes next. That'll be good. All right. Thanks. Play around with these. Choose a new key every day or every week and see if you can figure out, where you're at on the fretboard and how they all connect together, because each of them shares a note with its neighbor, I guess, in the CAGED system. Yeah, enjoy. Feel free to subscribe and like. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. All right. See you guys in the next video.